And they say if we'll only avoid any direct confrontation with the enemy, he'll forget his evil ways and learn to love us. All who oppose them are indicted as warmongers. They say we offer simple answers to complex problems. Well, perhaps there is...
To drive to work to pay for this car, buy this car to drive to work.
Welcome to Yellow Brick Road. I'm Jordan, and today I'm going to talk about how easy it is to recognize the establishment DNC people that run throughout politics. You know, the disingenuous type people. But first, please consider donating to Devon's Journey to Recover. The GoFundMe link is in the description box. Click the link, read the story, check out the other donations, then make a donation yourself. None of the money goes to us. It goes to charity, one of our subscribers, Pyramid 7, and his wife, Devon. It helps them out so that they're not chased down by medical debt collectors. So please, if you have $5 more laying around, you want to donate to a charity, you can at Devon's Journey to Recovery. GoFundMe link in the description box. All right. So, here's the thing. These, disingenuous type of politicians, political people, they're very, 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 very easy to sniff out, right? Just because the things that show what they're really aiming for is just on the surface. It's right in front of you, quite blatant. And what usually happens is, of how these guys keep getting, positions of power or whatever, like most people don't think this way. So the only way for these guys to become, political candidates or become popular political candidates or rise up in their parties, it happens usually because there's a lot of people that don't see the things that something like I would or what you guys probably see, right? We're on the internet, we're on these social media things, and we're looking up particularly political topics or social topics, everyone else is concerned about whatever, the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, I don't know why, or Clint Eastwood or something like that. And then the older people seem to be more into like whatever CNN, Fox News, MSNBC is saying. Like they're probably in that lane, right? So it doesn't take much to show, like if what we saw on a daily basis was just played on fucking MSNBC for one day. Seriously, just not even a day, like a 3-hour block, you play the content that most of us are seeing. Give it 3 hours of it, and they'll instantly turn around. I truly think so. I truly believe that. Because, even if they are buying into the idea of, oh, you got this on the internet? It's conspiracy or bullshit. If you have the label of MSNBC there to where they have to take the information seriously, it's like, oh fuck. Like seriously, all you need is like little chunks of information that makes you question everything else going on. So if they gave me a 3-hour block to play whatever I wanted there, it wouldn't even be me. I'd be playing other people's shit for 3 hours straight. The people that sit and watch that and pay attention to it would never be able to go back to MSNBC, CNN, Fox News, or these, hacky mainstream outlets and personalities as well. So here, I'm going to show you how obvious these type of characters are. Watch this.
Yeah.
So, as you can see, that's Mayor Pete Buttigieg, but I'm going to read the caption for you in case some of you miss it. And then I want you to hear his response. So it says, I wanted to ask you if you think that taking big money out of politics includes not taking money off of billionaires and closed-door fundraisers. All right? This is just a normal dude asking a question who's probably politically savvy and understands, like, oh, here's the answer I'm probably going to get. But at least I have him on record saying it out loud. So then you'll hear Mayor Pete's answer to this.
Money out of politics is not taking money out of billionaires. Yeah.
No, that's it. No. Now you would think if their goal is to win, right? You would think they would have to, here's a young person, right? Here's a minority. And they're asking an actually, politically savvy question. It's not just, hey, do you have a pet dog, Mayor Pete? It's like, no, it's an actual question about politics. And the one-word answer of no is his response. Do you consider closed-door meetings with billionaires and millionaires or corporations or whatever? Is that okay? Or do you consider that as a part of, taking lobbying money or whatever? Or taking, big money? Is that the same as taking big money? It's just, nope. No and a smile. Walk away. You hear a question you don't like? Just smile and walk away. He's got all the tools to be the politician of 2 decades ago. That's probably not going to fly today. Just not. And if a guy like Bernie Sanders gets elected and he does the things that he says he wants to do, or does some of the things, or he at least walks away with the population saying, oh, he is the guy he said he was. Even if he gets nothing done. Oh, no, Bernie fought for us. He didn't get it done, but he fought for us. If he did anything like that, Mayor Pete Buttigieg is out of a job in politics. He'll have to go back and sit on the board of some corporate thing that probably, pours toxins in water, of drinking water or something. One of those fucking shady things. So yeah, for us, we just look oh, duh. All right, this is easy. If I had a chance to play this on mainstream, a 3-hour block, continuous 3-hour block of my content that I choose to play, and I played one of these things, it'd be like, oh, fuck. It's not hard to sniff these guys out because they just tell you straight up. If they don't have the facade of, if they don't have the cover of MSNBC or these mainstream networks or whatever, protecting them essentially, not asking them certain questions, it's quite apparent where these guys fall on the political spectrum. It's nowhere. They don't land on it. They're usually working for something else. It's not about the ideals for them. It's about something else. Can't quite say what it is. Probably varies from individual to individual. Now we have something where it's just sorry, Nancy. Now we have something where it's just the logic, just on its own, the simple logic of it. If this was played over and over again on CNN, this little clip I'm about to play, if this was played over and over again on CNN, at some point, even the dumbest person, at some point, they're going to be like, wait, what? Logically, but the reason is morality. That's why you go after Trump, right? Right, Nancy Pelosi? It's about morality, right? He did something wrong. That's why he needs to go, right? That's the pretty basic, that's the basic narrative of it. He did something wrong, and they want him to leave. That's why we'll impeach him, because he did something wrong. If just normal people just heard this on repeat. Watch this.
So, Speaker Pelosi, you resisted calls for the impeachment of President Bush in 2006 and President Trump following the Mueller report earlier this year. This time is different. Why did you oppose impeachment in the past? And what is your obligation to protect our democracy from the actions of our president now?
Thank you. Thank you for bringing up the question because when I became Speaker the first time, there was overwhelming call for me to impeach President Bush on the strength of the...
Probably from normal people. Because from what I saw, at the time, a lot of the Senate agreed. That's how they sort of went to war, right? He didn't do it, Obama and Trump style, where you just drone bomb them. It doesn't count if you drone them. They didn't just do that, right? They got approval from Congress.
War in Iraq, which I vehemently opposed. And again, I say again, I have said it other places, that was my wheelhouse. I was intelligence. I was a ranking member on the Intelligence Committee, even before I became part of the leadership of Gang of Four. So I knew there were no nuclear weapons in Iraq. It just wasn't there. They had to show us, they had to show the Gang of Four all the intelligence they had. The intelligence did not show that was the case. So I knew it was a misrepresentation to the public. But having said that, it was in my view, not a ground for impeachment. They won the election, they made a representation, and to this day, people think that that it was the right thing to do. The people think that Iraq had something to do with 9/11. I mean, it's appalling what they did. But I did, and I said, if somebody wants to make a case, you bring it forward. But they had impeached Bill Clinton.
Okay. A little scramble. A little scramble away from that. But it's like, hold on. You just told it, like, I knew it was a lie. 100%, I knew it was a lie that they told us, Iraq had weapons of mass destruction. We knew it was a lie. Or I think the recent thing is, well, aside from this, the recent thing I've been seeing on Twitter, Afghanistan, that they knew that Osama bin Laden was not there. It's like we all understood that, but the Bush administration, did they know he wasn't there and still went there anyways? It's like, yeah, probably. So Nancy, first she covers her ass like, I was vehemently against the Iraq War. In fact, I knew they didn't have nuclear weapons or weapons of mass destruction. And they sold it anyways. Right? She's on one of the committees that have to show her the evidence before they can just go to war. It's like, what? What? And nothing? Like, not only impeachment, like, what are you doing? You're going to lie us into this? Like, I'd impeach him for, implying that that they were going to lie to get us into Iraq and Afghanistan. So it's like, dumb people on the surface can point that out and say, what? So the going to war where you kill people? We're still in those wars? And we're still in those wars. And that's not impeachable. Was it immoral? Right? I thought impeachment happens when you do something wrong. Did the Bush administration do something wrong by going to war with Iraq and Afghanistan? Meanwhile, you say you knew there wasn't weapons of mass destruction, which means they know there weren't weapons of mass destruction. That's absolutely incredible on its face. It's like, what? Yeah. This is why I don't... It's like, please, TYT. Cedar, Pac-Man, come on, cover this. Please cover this story. It's like, my God. I know he lied us into a war and no thoughts of impeachment. What, because someone else didn't make an argument to you? Like, you should have been, when you're in that room looking at that evidence and it's like, there's nothing here. That should have been enough right there to where it's either this guy goes or I quit. Or I'll get myself fired by talking so much about this that they have to shut me up somehow. Right, they don't get fired, but, they find some way to make sure you don't get reelected or whatnot and whatnot. So it's like, you know, I really like this idea because it seems like that's what's playing out. When you do the right thing, it somehow ends up working out, right? Like I was talking to someone about, I think it was talking about something like healthcare or something, right? And it turns out that, you know, putting homeless people in housing actually costs less money than just strictly just paying for their healthcare. Isn't that weird? That's weird shit. That when you try to do the right thing, it ends up working out. Or like Bernie Sanders talking about healthcare, like, oh, it's actually cheaper to do it this way, to have a universal basic healthcare for everyone, for the whole country. It's actually less money over time. It's like, it's fucking weird. It's almost like nature's begging us, like, please do the right thing, please. And these things it doesn't even work out for the bad guys, the bad characters in this, right? Like, they may get like a short-term benefit, like, you know, whatever, finances or political power or something, but it always ends up like turning on them. Your day's coming, Obama. You think you skated by, but it's coming for you. You just wait. It's going to be some sort of FOIA request for when you were in office, and it's going to be like, exposed. And it's going to be, you know, 50, 60, 70 years from now, it's going to be college kids talking about Obama the same way they talk about, like, Christopher Columbus. Like, yo, that dude massacred those people, man. Fuck Columbus. And that's what it seems like. I guess he's figuring he won't be around to hear it, so. Alright, that's it for me. I mean, I don't even know what this video is about. I guess it's about how easy it is with these political things. How easy it is to notice certain, like, things that should be, you know, disqualifies people. It's like, it's so easy to notice now. I don't know. Maybe it's, I don't know. It'd have to be, maybe it's years of conditioning to how people don't notice something like that. To where you're going through this impeachment thing with Trump, but a guy who knowingly lied to us to get us to war with Iraq for who knows what fucking reasons, and he gets to go free. Was there an inquiry into that? An inquiry into, like, why did you lie to us? Was there even that? Was there a Mueller report, Iraq version? Oh, he helped sell it, by the way. Yeah, I forgot that too. That's within the same fucking thing, right? The dude who asked the question brought up Iraq and, like, the Mueller report. It's like, wait a minute. So the Mueller wrote the report, but he also sold us into Iraq. But you know there were no weapons of mass destruction. Yet he sold it anyways, and yet you're relying on him for this report. And it's like, fuck. You're just surrounded by shit. But whatever. That's it for me. Please subscribe if you like. Comment, agree, disagree. Tell me what you think. Make a fan request. We do those here. Just make sure you're not trolling or, you know, a 3-hour video or something. Donate. Devon's Journey to Recovery. GoFundMe link in the description box. And with all that said, give this video a thumbs down.
Say you wanna get in.